How's it going, guys? We are here again for another episode of Stock versus Not, and unfortunately or thankfully we are in the Toyota Prius. This is the last Prius in the new car dealership as of right now, so thankfully this should be the last time you ever see me having to drive this car around Suzuka. Now, let's go ahead and go over the stats. As you can see up at the top, in stock form, the 2009 Prius G comes to you with 373.35 performance points. It comes with a whopping 120 horsepower, weighing just a little under 3,000 pounds at 2976. It is front-wheel drive, front engine. It is naturally aspirated. It is a hybrid with a CVT, so you know we're going to have that very annoying, whining, droning sound that we had with the Aqua. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. I'm not going to even look at the records right now. Let's look at the Toyota Aqua, which was the other Prius that we did. That one in full race trim, quote unquote, that was a 56 second, and if we go to its stock form, we're looking at 1 minute 9 seconds. Now it looks like this older Prius, this is a 2009, has a little bit higher performance points than the Aqua, so technically speaking it should do a little better. Let's see, 120. Actually, I don't expect it to be any better. It looks like the Aqua is actually a little bit lighter, so you had some power to weight on that. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? We are in the Toyota Prius hybrid cockpit, and as you can see, it is pretty much the same as the Aqua for the most part. And I just happened to notice this. If you look at the little center dash information screen, it actually is correct. So you can see like that hybrid battery diagram. It's kind of circulating, showing that you're putting power to the wheels, and when you let go of the accelerator, it kind of goes backwards. I believe, I don't know if this car has like regenerative braking, but that's kind of cool that the dashboard is in fact giving you the correct information. Looking down at the bottom left, you can see we are on comfort medium tires, so that is, you know, we have tires, that's nice. So let's go through Suzuka and see what we can do. If you are new to this series and this is the first one you are watching, I apologize. We have done better cars in the past, so please take a look at those. But basically how this series works is I am going to buy two of the same vehicles from the Gran Turismo 7 car dealership, the Brand Central, and one's going to stay stock and the other one's going to get every single possible upgrade that the tuning shop and GT Auto will allow you to have, and we're going to basically compare the lap times that the two can have. That's about it. Just to throw out some different content that's, you know, just not the usual online daily races, the you know, the Gran Turismo Nations Cup and, you know, Manufacturers Cup and whatnot. So just something a little different. Maybe I'll end up doing some of the other ones as well too. This car is very understeery. Wow. Again, I'm not expecting too much from this car. The Aqua was a 109, I think I said. However, that one was just a little bit lighter. This one is a smidge heavier, so power to weight is probably going to be a factor. So again, in the stock car we do 3 laps, see what our best is, and then we'll hop into the fully modified version and see what that one is capable of doing. This car sucks. I'm sorry, this car sucks. Oh man. Why do I do this to myself? Alright. Let's try to get a decent lap out of this now. Final lap, let's see what we can do. And yeah, so reason why I use Suzuka, again, for those of you new, Suzuka is a short enough course to basically give you a pretty good idea as to what the cars are capable of doing. You have that nice straightaway to get some, top end speed out of it. You have this nice little right-hander that kind of, see how the car on a high-speed situation turning. Then you have the car control section here, which is, your little slalom or S's. See how the car can handle this. Obviously, better setup cars are going to navigate through this sector a lot quickly and smoother. And then the last bit, that final right-hander, has it's sharp, and it also has a slight elevation change, so it also shows you how the car reacts to suspension loading, unloading, mid-turn, and whatnot. Alright, here we go. Let's round the turn, power out. Alright, looks like we were able to get a 110.907, which I believe is about a second slower than the Aqua. I will not lose sleep over that whatsoever. Let's take a quick peek here. There it is. Yep, the Aqua did almost about exactly a second. Aqua was 109.86. The Prius G was 110.90. So that just shows that even though you have higher performance points does not mean you have a faster car. Now let's go ahead and go to the fully modified one. Hooray! So what does that get you? We are now up to a whopping 151 horsepower, an increase of 31 horsepower. We have cut down the weight a little bit, down to 2,300 pounds. This game does not allow you to add any sort of forced induction, so we are just straight bolt-ons. Somehow we still managed to get just a little bit under a 600 performance point rating. So yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and do this. As always, we do throw racing softs on the fully modified cars because fully modified means race car. And there is a suspension setup on here, very mild. I call it mild. I don't know. It's not aggressive. Maybe it's aggressive. I think I put 4 degrees of negative camber on this car because why not? But anyways, let's see what we can do. This car actually is breaking the 120 mile per hour threshold on the straight, which is already very quick for the Prius. Let's go ahead and roll through this turn. Now typically, even on these kind of not so great cars, once you kind of get some modifications on them, get the suspension sorted out, and put the racing soft tires on them, they do typically handle a lot better and become a little bit, fun to drive through this section of the course. Would I still pick the Prius over other vehicles? Absolutely not. But it just is an option. If for some reason you ever end up on a weird lobby that's like, we can only use Priuses, there you go. Now you know that the Prius Aqua thing might be the better option than this one. We'll see what we can do lap-wise with this. Now, when it comes to the fully modified, again, for those new, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 laps. If for some reason I'm not happy with the results or I just did not connect my sectors correctly, then we will do a redemption 4th lap. Very rarely do we ever do a 5th lap, but it has happened in the past. I don't want to drive more than 3 laps in this Prius, let's be honest. I don't want to put you guys through that, and it's not worth it. I'm not going to break any records with it. The only thing I'm here to do is see how it compares against the other Prius that the game offers. So that's about it. I can let you know right now it is handling a lot better than its stock form. And here's what the inside looks like. We have the nice Prius spaceship interior. We do have a wing on the back, as you can see. So this thing is quite aerodynamic. No, actually it is very aerodynamic. I make fun of it, but I believe this has a pretty low drag coefficient. That's why it is shaped the way it is. And if you actually look at a lot of modern cars, they are slightly adopting this kind of body style, the word like sedan hatchback type of thing. I hate the look of it on some vehicles, like the Mercedes and BMW. I don't know what they are, like the G, it's like the GLE or something like that. I saw one on the road the other day and I just thought it looked awful because it's like a weird SUV hatchback sedan thing, and it just looks awkward. So let's see what we got. We're gonna do 3 laps. I'm not gonna do any more on this. 56.798. Let's see where that puts us on our handy dandy leaderboard. So, okay, I saw Toyota at the top 10 there, and I was like, wait a second. Alright, so for stock form, the Prius G was 110,907. Now going over to the fully modified form, it is actually faster just by 0.2 here than the Aqua at a 56.798. The Toyota ambulance is still beating these two Priuses out, so the ambulance is still the way to go if you want to have a fast Toyota currently in our rankings. Actually, no, I lied. I believe the SFR is pretty quick too. That was 54. So sorry, the SFR total is technically the fastest Toyota that we have tested so far. So that is that. We'll go and move on to the next Toyota, which I believe is an actual sports car, a proper sports car, so it'll be an actual good video that will be fun to do. But anyways, like, comment, leave any suggestions in the comments, or send me a direct message on Instagram and we will get your request out there. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.